So I'm delighted today to have Karolien de Bruine with me, and Karolien is the EU liaison for Think East Netherlands. So Karolien, maybe we can begin just by telling us a little bit about Think East Netherlands.
Okay, well, thank you. Delighted to be here today with you. And yes, I present as EU liaison the Think East Netherlands platform. It's a cooperation of 24 partners, triple helix in the East Netherlands. So these partners consist of local and regional governments, of representatives of employees, and also numerous universities or applied universities. And they work together to position our innovation strength in the European arena, so to speak. And we do this on two different topics, two flagships as we call them. One of them is concepts for a healthy life, and the other one is smart and sustainable industries.
Thanks, Karolien. So the Smart Specialisation strategy for 2021 to 27 will build upon your previous strategy and outcomes. And I know that East Netherlands has some ongoing programs in prevention, and prevention is something really that SAPHIRe are now having a good focus upon. And I know that you have some programs of work there, such as the Diabetes on Return program. And before we move on to talk about your new smart specialisation strategy, maybe we could talk in a little detail about some of your current prevention programs of work, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. So within the innovation profile Think East Netherlands, we have what we call icons, which are really groundbreaking innovative programs. And one of them on the prevention is TopFit. And TopFit is a multidisciplinary program which aims to be one step ahead in disease burden, and also to engage in such a way that there is a unique combination of food, tech, and health innovations in order to prevent diseases, but also to enhance and people's lives. So that makes the impact that they can live two more healthy lives. And at the same time, make sure that the disease burden for society becomes lower. If you look within this TopFit program, there are several initiatives, and one of them you just mentioned, which is the Diabetes on Return. So basically what we're trying to do there is to build strong regional initiatives where through the whole chain, the whole value chain from development up until patients, or maybe just people that are not even patients yet, because it aims to prevent, to make sure that their lifestyle is changed in such a way that within diabetes you see a decline of the number of diabetes within our region. And not only our region, this is obviously where we start, but we aim to do this in collaboration with several regions throughout Europe to really become a European citizen lab, so to speak.
And looking back on that, on those programs of work, and I know some of those programs are still ongoing, what would you say some of the major outcomes of those programs are, and what factors have led to their success?
Well, maybe to start with the first, what are the factors of success? That is really combining all the different disciplines together, making sure that you tap into existing resources, but also challenge each other to come up with new combinations and implementations in other forms and shapes. The different outcomes, I think it would be interesting to provide you with some information on that to post next to this online. But we see that our target groups, so the patients involved, have better results. And at the same time, we see that the structure in our region is also improved much. And this is together with the collaboration, as I just mentioned. And I think impact-wise, because we call ourselves indeed an impact program, it would be good to have a little infographic added to see the different results made. If we look on a European scale, what I find important to add here is that through the connection with SAPHIRE, we have been able to really meet new representatives from different regions, but also from different institutes, and have been able to connect. And the same goes for our collaboration with the S3 platform on personalized medicine. So for us, these are important European instruments to link to and to get new knowledge and make partners for instance, European programs.
And if we look at that European level, the European Commission have just launched their EU for Health, which is the EU's response to the COVID-19 pandemic, and I see that prevention plays a role in that strategy. And in terms of prevention at a European level, how important is it that that is addressed, and what are the expectations at a European level?
Well, it's good that you mentioned this program, and I think next to the program you see also policy-wise that there's come a bigger attention towards prevention in Europe, and I do believe, or we do believe, that this is the way to go forward together, because we are facing an even growing community that's becoming older and older, with more diseases of a continuous kind, so to say. At the same time, you see this pandemic, the effects it has. So the more we can do on preventive health interventions, the better it would be. So we really sympathize or stimulate the European thought, and are keen on contributing to it. For instance, what we see here is that we try to find solutions also on the and interventions in acute situations. So we had, I think this was also shown once on the SAPHIRE platform, we had the professor here in our region who was capable of setting up the app for tracing the COVID, how's it called? I can't come up with the word right now. How many people were affected by COVID. And this has been an app which has been tested in the region of Twente, and is used now on a national scale. So in that sense, we really see that this is a prevention tool, basically. So we see that this impacts in real life, in day-to-day life. And so next to prevention, as a policy focal point, we see that also the importance of data and the exchange of data, but also ethical considerations there and ownership considerations are key to further develop what's also called in Europe smart health, the value chain of smart health.
Yeah. And then if we move on to the East Netherlands plans in their smart specialisation agenda for this programming period, what are the particular priorities and priority areas there, and will there be a focus on prevention?
Yes, we will continue. It would also be a bit strange if we just saw that this was something we've been building on for a long period of time, and we only need to continue to build on these foundations and continue our innovation there. So it wouldn't surprise you that our main focal areas remain the same. What we have chosen some crossovers, which I would like to explain or elaborate a little bit on. 3 to be exact. We've chosen a combination of prevention and medtech, so medical technology, as one of them. The other one is sustainability and food tech, and manufacturing and material tech. And together they form a sort of a brilliant, and also this I will be able to provide you with an infographic showing how we think this combination together will make sure that, first of all, it presents our regional strengths, but also it presents our opportunities to combine innovations in different value chains or in different thematic application areas.
Thank you. And then in order to have a successful smart specialisation agenda, it's important that there's cross collaboration between organisations. And I know that East Netherlands do this extremely well between the different universities and the government and cluster organisations. But added to this, there's obviously a need for the regional policies and agendas and support mechanisms to help support those agendas. And I just wondered, how well developed are those policies in health and prevention in East Netherlands?
I think it's good there to note that our healthcare system is a national system. So the regional interpretation there is drawn from the national framework, and it means that in our region, our regional governments, their core competence lies in developing economic innovation and growth related to healthcare. So in that sense, that's why we chose the prevention and medtech angle. This is where we see a lot of initiatives from an maybe economic perspective, and furthermore, we see that the national framework and policy enables regions to really strongly work together and cooperate and develop regional clusters, so to speak. But on the whole, Holland is quite a small country. We do have one singular Dutch healthcare system. And when we talk about the smart specialization strategy, this is the prerogative of the regional governments, of the provinces, and there the focus is really on economic development and innovation. And that's where the two meet, basically. And I think they do it quite well.
So I just have one final question, just to end our interview. And obviously from everything you've said, East Netherlands are very strong leaders in life sciences and health and other sectors. And I was wondering if you see greater scope for collaboration with similar organisations interregionally who have different skills, maybe to realise outcomes that could provide mutual benefit.
Well, absolutely, yes. This is for us one of the reasons to really invest also in this European scale. First of all, because we see that we have mutual challenges all over Europe, and I think we can benefit from knowledge exchange from one another and collaboration there. So really, this is also an open invitation for any interested institution or regional authority, or maybe just an entrepreneur to join us and on the quest to better healthcare facilities and innovations in that scale. We certainly cannot do this alone, and even on the European scale, it might sometimes be too small, but I do believe that we will be able to bring up the best in each other, and it will be very good to do this together. And as I said earlier, the concept of European citizen labs is something that's really encourages us to continue, and we find it an interesting methodology, maybe, if I can say it like that, to explore more throughout Europe.
So Karolien, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you today, and I would like to thank you on behalf of all of the SAPHIRE team for taking the time to join us today for this interview.
Well, thank you very much. Pleasure to speak to you as well, and hope to continue the collaboration in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.